This is Binaural Modulator. To make it simple, it's an autopanner effect. It uses a simple room model with a fixed listener in the middle and movable sound source nodes to move the sound around in the stereo field. Depending on how you set it up, it can work as an autopanner, a tremolo, a kind of Leslie, and even a rough sort of chorus. It all started with a question on Gearspace, and then me waking up in the middle of the night because apparently my REM sleep decided to solve an issue I didn't know for me. So I woke up and I sat down and wrote quite a thorough spec sheet. A lot of the code and framework could be reused from geometry delay, so the two are closely related in many ways. But enough on the background. Let's check out what it can do. The plugin is based on a room model with the dimensions of 20 x 20 x 20 meters. In the center there is a fixed listening node. You can think of it as a head. The right side is the right ear, the left side is the left ear. Then there is the sound source node, which can be moved around the room. The plugin has three modes: mono, stereo and mid-side. This decides how the plugin works and how it treats incoming audio. Using mono mode doesn't make the output mono. The same goes for MS mode. So let's start with mono mode. Here we have three controls for setting up the position of the sound source node. You can drag the node directly, moving it up, down or sideways, or use scroll gesture or shift to move it in depth. The input is summed to mono and played through that one source node. The further away the source is, the more delayed it becomes. But because we're only talking about a maximum distance of a bit over 10 meters, the longest delay is about 29 milliseconds. Moving the source up and down, or in depth, introduces a bit of psychoacoustic filtering. I used a fairly simple algorithm for that, nothing fancy really. The point was to keep the plugin from eating too much CPU. If the source is moved towards or away from the listening node, you also get Doppler effect, with a slight pitch movement. The fun starts when you use the orbital modulator. With that, you can set the sound source to move in an orbital path around the room. Keep it simple and you get very close to auto-panning. Turn on sync and the movement can follow divisions of the host tempo. Sound-wise, there are a few controls worth mentioning here. Width controls the stereo spread. Doppler, which controls how much pitch movement you get from the motion towards or away from the listener. Psychoacoustic, which controls how much of that filtering is applied. And then you can mute either the left or right ear, which can actually be useful if you want more tremolo-like effects. So that's mono mode. Now let's switch to stereo mode. Here we have two sound source nodes. The original node becomes L and it plays the incoming left channel. A new node appears for R and that plays the incoming right channel. The two nodes are linked. In entangle mode, the right node follows the left node and you can offset its relative position either with the offset control or by dragging it. You can use path offset to shift its current position on the orbital path. The other link mode works in a similar way. Mirror X, mirror Y and mirror Z move the right node in a mirror way related to the left node. Stereo mode can be used both conservatively or for more bonkers effects. Then there is MS mode. This works almost the same as stereo mode, but the input is first run through a mid-side encoder. The left source is replaced by mid or M. The right source is replaced by side or S. The listening node is still left and right, so this can lead to some fairly surprising movement. There are a few other functions worth mentioning. The random button randomizes everything except the top row. If you add slew, it morphs into the new setting instead of jumping there directly. That means the node position, offset, orbital path, and the audio settings all change over time. That was basically a gift from reusing parts of geometry delays code, and it can generate some pretty weird results. Then there are 4 preset slots. These are not meant as regular presets. They save states, and changing between them is affected by slew, so you can use them to move between 2 different setups in a controlled way. Or you can just use them to store 4 different states for use on different parts in a song. So that is Binaural Modulator. It is a really useful tool, and with a bit of creative misuse, it can be much more than just a panning effect. Turn dry and wet to 50, pull width down, turn up Doppler and modulate the nodes in big orbits close to the listening point, and you get a simple chorus. Do straightforward auto panning, add a bit of Doppler, and you get rotating speaker kind of effect. Put it on 2 aux sends with an EQ in front, and you can run one instance as high and the other as low for a very usable Leslie style setup. There are many ways to use it, and I hope you will find both fun and inspiring. If you find this interesting, check out unusable.net for more information. Thanks for watching.